I just love my job so much, and I love the education and the teaching and the learning. I'm so enthusiastic of what the EDPA brings to the dental provider community.
The need and benefit of certified equine dental providers brought to you by the Equine Dental Providers of America. The Equine Dental Providers of America, EDPA, concentrates on certifying veterinarians, technicians, and equine dental providers. There is a lack of qualified providers and yet a significant need in the industry. With a recommendation of these professionals, the EDPA has a solution that will benefit all involved in the equine community.
I feel like if you're not making sure that your equine patients have thorough, competent dental care, you're actually doing your patients and clients a disservice. What percentage of my practice is equine dentistry? Well, since I like to call this place Just Teeth, it's probably 90%.
The focus of the practice is sports medicine, but you can't have a good sports medicine practice without having some dental part to it. So, the technicians are really important in the process of working up the lamenesses and handling the horses. We look at the teeth on just about every lameness that we do because it's an important part of sports medicine.
Equine dentistry in our practice falls mostly in the wellness section, and I'm going to say that overall we're about 10 to 15% of our practice is going to be dentistry. It also falls into our referral practice as well, because many of the dental issues that we are faced with are not the simple issues.
There is a need in the equine veterinary industry that is not being filled.
In the state of Texas, there's 3 to 5 veterinary technician colleges. Some are online, some are brick and mortar, and their focus has been primarily small animal. It's been a challenge to find a lot of equine people, and so in Texas and in other states where you can hire staff that's not licensed technicians, we haven't looked at those programs strongly because they don't teach a lot of equine practice, and the people going into the programs aren't looking to go into equine practice. I think as those programs start to incorporate more of the equine side, having them be duly credited, where they come out as a licensed veterinary technician, they come out with ability in Texas to get an EDP license, would be tremendously useful, both from what they're able to do in the practice, the degree of supervision that they would need in the practice, and then just what they can bring to the table.
And I think any solo equine practitioner, if you're busy in your practice, you don't have time to do teeth. There'll be a large percentage of the horses in your practice that'll never get their teeth done if it's up to you. But even a solo practitioner should have a licensed provider coming to their clinic weekly or monthly to take up the slack. And I think any two-man equine practice could easily afford to have their own full-time equine dental provider working in their practice.
The industry needs licensed equine veterinary technicians and certified equine dental providers as part of the veterinary team.
It's not just floating, it's not just some rasp and some hand tools. There's a lot more to it, and that there is some risk to the horse and some danger to the horse and risk to the public, and it requires somebody to be knowledgeable about what they're doing. But there's also a route that you can bring in some people that aren't 4 years doctors of veterinary medicine to help with the need in that. And so it's really important that we have people that know what we're talking about in dentistry, both from the standpoint of, hey, this horse may have a dental problem. So in a lameness, we may get really focused on one aspect of it. The technicians are really, really helpful in keeping it focused on the whole horse.
And I saw the long-range future of the equine dental technician as to being a critical part of every practice. And having done it for, I guess, almost 30 years myself, I can help her. I know exactly what she's doing all the time. I know what she needs. I know what will make her part of the job easier.
My favorite part of my job is to come here and be this part of this team, and it has been the best part of my career so far.
Mr. Mitz and I have developed a team approach to dealing with the complex dental problems that are dental challenges, if you will, that we see every day. By raising the standard of care, it raises the care that we can provide these horses, and we provide a better situation for every horse that comes through the door.
The EDPA has a solution. Through apprenticeships, workshops, continuing education programs, and certification testing, equine dental providers have a path for success.
What sort of materials available to technical staff that want to further their education in dentistry? And there's really not a lot currently. There are some schools, I think they have some positives, they certainly have some negatives, to try to cram in what you need to know in a weekend period a couple times a year is just not enough. I think the apprenticeship aspect is probably the best route at the moment for people to truly understand what they're doing and to be able to look at a bunch of different cases and with someone that is trained, is to go through an apprenticeship route. I think investing in some of the sit-down learning is valuable as well. There's some things you can learn there, but I don't think you'd never get the real handle on it until you're able to start working on horses.
When I talk to people that want to get certified or want to increase their experience in the equine dental profession, mine basically says get your basic knowledge, and then I try and refer them out to apprenticeships. Once they get their schooling done, do more apprenticeships, get as much knowledge as you can before you even attempt certification. Because even if you go to the school, a lot of people think, oh, I went to school for a few weeks and then I can go ahead and just get certified. Well, that's not generally the case. They don't have enough hands-on experience or qualifications yet just to see everything that you would see on a general daily basis.
And the EDPA is a great route for them to go. It's the apprenticeship route I think is appropriate and helpful. An avenue and a route that they've gone through the process of being recognized by the board, getting their program approved by the board, so that as my technicians are getting comfortable and we're showing them some things as an employee of how to examine the mouth and what we're trying to accomplish, I'm encouraging them to go into some sort of formal process to get trained, to get a license in Texas and be an EDP, so they can be a technician, they can be an EDP, and maybe down the road there's more opportunities for them within my business.
I believe that Equine Dental Providers of America has raised the standard for education, training, and experience. They've set a minimum standard of care that I think is important. They're establishing an entry level of knowledge upon which dental providers can build. This is where the certification process provided by the Equine Dental Providers of America adds for legitimacy and integrity in dental care.